You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Oh, I'm so horny. I hate it when they take commercial break. Nothing makes me wet like the Jimbo Trashy podcast. I touch myself every episode. I don't know how much longer I can wait. I'm gonna come so hard when they come back on the air. God, I love it when he says, "Welcome back." Oh, yeah. Oh, Jimbo. Ah.
You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Trashy podcast. It's now time for the trash list. I haven't done this in a while, mainly because I haven't had a lot of haters talking shit, but there's a few that have creeped back into the fucking scene. So here's a new one. Paper Hat recently talked shit about the good name of Jimbo Trashy. Paper Hat, you can go fuck yourself. I don't know who you are, what you look like, or what your sexual orientation is, but I'm pretty sure you're somebody that nobody wants to hang out with because you're a piece of shit.
He's asexual.
Asexual, because he doesn't get laid, can't get laid.
Right, he's
his
an
fucking life
asexual.
depended on it.
Yep.
Next year on the trash list, we got Short Bus 101. This has always been a dedicated hater. He hasn't talked shit recently, but I still hate his guts and want to put a bullet in his head, figuratively speaking.
Yikes.
And then last year, actually, well, there's also the gold, silver, and bronze medal guys who always want to be on the podcast as loyal haters. So shout outs to Meat Hooks, Medvedev, and Hogman Choi. All of you guys are fucking idiots.
Sup, bros?
And I hope
Bros.
you rot in hell and die.
Hey, bros.
And that's
Bro,
all
bro.
for this episode of the Jimbo Trashy Trash.
Is there anybody that Street Rotter
Yeah,
hates right
one-
now?
Fucking Nate Higgers, man.
Nate Hagers?
Nate
Nate
Higgers.
Higgers.
Nate Higgers could suck me.
Yeah, fuck Nate
Suck
Hagers.
off, Nate.
So,
You freaking
everyone wave
Higger
goodbye to the
hater.
trash truck because the trash truck is just taking the trash list. Anyways, back to some,
It was getting stinky in here. I'm
yeah,
glad
it was
we
getting
did that.
stinky, very stinky.
Fucking A,
Ghost
dude.
stories. You were,
Oh yeah. So freaking good old Uncle Flip, man, and and the weird thing about it is that it does happen in the damn pictures with Aunt Marilyn and Aunt Janet.
Yes.
And Aunt Janet is his twin sister, and Aunt Marilyn is the youngest. But and again, this is Extra Lives Dad, and
And it happens like when they're there at the
Yeah.
house. I mean, that's
and
when
it
we
is
see it.
it is like, and I've seen documentaries or different shows where people have photographs, and they have these things, and it's, I guess, a natural occurrence, especially in the new era of digital cameras. There are these things, they're little balls, they're called flash balls or something like that, where it's not the flash that's doing it,
Yeah.
and it's not like, it's just something that happens with the camera every now and then. There are these weird things that people think are ghosts, and they go, look at this, what is this crap? I didn't even have the flash on, look at this fucking
And
crazy thing.
Our pictures aren't even like lights. It's actual like
Yeah,
smokish,
it's smoke,
it's smokish
and it's
looking
like
stuff.
they come out in the different figures and words, and
Like
I don't know what to say.
said, Uncle Flip was the first one that ever came
Yeah.
to me in a dream.
and we love him and we miss him, and
I don't know if
hope
the
he's
story
dead.
is interesting at all, but when I was married, I tried to do the right thing, and I went to get a minivan. You know, that's what you do when you're married. And
that's
you have,
officially married right there.
for real. I just had a daughter, you know, so I went out to get a minivan, and it didn't turn out good. I thought I was doing good by buying this thing from a guy up in Anaheim Hills. He was Armenian or something. He had money. So I assumed I was going to get a decent ride. Well, the first thing that went wrong with this car on the way home was the windows stopped working, okay? I should have known something was up. Next morning, I went to start it up to take it to work, and the transmission didn't even want to go into gear. It took me 30 minutes just to get it to move. So I called the dude up, and I started bullshitting after I talked to a guy at work. You know, you need to have a transmission working to get smog, because they put on dynos nowadays, and, well, it wouldn't go on a dyno. I couldn't get a smog. So I bullshitted the guy, telling him, you know, I got a lawyer already. Go look at your California state law. If I can't fucking smog this thing, you're liable to get it smog. You were supposed to give me a smog when I bought it. Well, that night, after this dipshit was giving me a hard time, I had a dream of my Uncle Philip. Came back. I mean, like, he was never gone. He came back with his old station wagon and a hot chick and his mobile home on the back of his fucking station wagon, you know? The next day, the guy called me up, said, bring the truck back, bring the van back, I'll give you your money back. And then I went to a dealership right down the block from my house, and I bought this killer S10 with a flame job, which something my Uncle Philip would have fucking loved. It was like my first hot rod. It had Corvette-sized wheels on it, 17 by 11s in the back, 17 by 9s in the front, and it was a fucking hot rod truck. I believe I got that because my Uncle Philip came to me in that dream. He helped me get my money back from that guy. That was my first experience with ghosts, I guess.
Right on. Right on, motherfucker.
That was his saying. Helen Keller.
What do you guys think of this look on chicks now? It's like the new rage.
Man.
I don't know. It depends on the chick,
like
man.
I don't like it, and
it's actually not that new.
Mrs. Checker, whatever, Miss, like you call Miss Trashy. She has a best friend who is like a little punk rock girl, and she's actually this bisexual chick, and
that's one thing I was gonna say. It seems like it's like the bisexual indicator.
Yeah, I think it's a sign. It's like a label. It's a tag.
And she has that, and she's not, she's a cute girl, or whatever you want to say, but like it's definitely something that I'm not into and I don't like, and I think she would look 10 times better without half of her head shaved. But she goes to like things like, gosh, I forget what it's called, but there's like this party in Palm Springs every year, and it's for gay people, but not gay people. I think it's strictly lesbians. And God, what is it called? It's called like the Diana Jet or the Diana Party or something. I forget what the hell it's called.
Scissor Fest
2013. It was on the Real L Word, which is another dope show. Fucking, I recommend.
Are you serious with that
show? I'm so serious.
What?
I am so. Have you watched it before?
Oh my God.
No, but it sounds like something to be on Lifetime or something.
It's actually on Showtime or HBO or something like that, and it's just there's a lot of hot lesbian action.
Hot lesbian. Okay, that's a different story.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
So when you say lesbian, I usually think of like just
Butch,
come on,
like chapped lip, fucking turtleneck wearing.
Come on, brother.
Bowl cut fucking sporting lesbian.
There's usually one though that looks like the man and one that looks like the chick.
It's true, and in the show they actually have that. Actually, is kind of how it always goes, except these bitches were picked for this show, and they're all fucking hot. But there is one who tends to lean on the tomboyish side, and the other one that's actually like bomb as fuck, and like even the tomboyish girls, like it's a shame. It's a shame, and then they show a bunch. They're always, each episode has at least one sex scene, and like. In the end, my girlfriend is the one who watched it, and I would just be the victim. But now, in the end, anyways, point being is that on the show, they go to this party in Palm Springs, and it's for lesbians, and you go there, and it's just all fucking... And, again, they're not these butch fucking lesbians like you would think.
Lipstick lesbians.
Yeah.
They're fucking bomb, dude. So, anyways... This party on this actual show, I guess fucking my girlfriend knew about it from years before. Her roommate and her / like semi-best friend or former best friend goes to it every year. And this girl has a boyfriend. She actually has a boyfriend. I think they might even live together now or whatever, but like, and he knows that she goes every year. She goes to this, and the point is you go there and you fucking get a fucking girl and you fuck her the whole entire weekend, like it's known, And like not like I don't even. That's kind of cool to me, Like, but
okay, honey, I'm gonna go dike out. I'll be back. Be back on Monday.
To me, I don't even. That doesn't bother me,
I just don't understand half of them. They're probably strapping it on. You got one that looks like a man and one that looks like a girl. Why not be with the man? You're gonna strap it on. Why not be with the man?
Like Eminem sex doesn't make sense.
Lipstick lesbians are a totally different story.
Like dykes using dildos.
Lipstick lesbians are just 6 inches away from going back to the fucking.
Oh yeah,
side.
yeah.
And
6 inches.
I can't say I fucking didn't like hate on them because like, man, bitches are bomb. I love the female body and all. But anyways, point being is
as long as I can be involved.
This all comes full circle, and at that damn fucking party, like I said, this girl has that haircut, her friend. But when I see it on TV when they go to that party, a bunch of them have this damn haircut.
I hate that fucking haircut.
I don't know what I hate.
It's a mohawk, basically. It's like a mohawk that ain't spiked up.
It's like someone
shave
fucked
your side
up.
of your head.
It's like you were drunk. It was like you were drunk and
somebody
someone
fucking shaved you while you were passed out.
And then you woke up in the middle of it like, oh, what the fuck are you doing?
Why is it every decade we have to have a stupid fucking haircut?
I don't know.
It's just like,
People follow too much shit, man. Just be yourself, you know.
yeah.
And who are we looking at? Avril Lavigne?
That's what I was wondering. Who was that chick?
I think the one on the left is Avril Lavigne. I have no idea who the one on the right is. Actually, the one on the right looks like the chick that works at Picture House.
You know, it kind of does.
It's just like short hair though. Not a lot of women can pull it off. Some actually are right, but not a lot of women can pull off the short hair.
I'm just not feeling that, dude.
No.
Sorry, ladies.
Well, so there
Bye-bye,
that is.
ladies.
Yeah, there that is.
So here's some.
By the
funny
way, the
shit.
Real L Word on at Tuesdays at 10 o'clock on Showtime.
Are you working for Showtime now or what, dude? What's going on
Dude,
here?
Showtime is actually one of my favorite channels.
Maybe they'll give us some free cable.
Homeland. Yeah, here's a plug. Dude.
Give me a time,
Here's
give me a
plug.
time slot for the Jimbo Trashy podcast on Showtime.
Right.
Dude, I will. You know what? I know somebody. I'm gonna work this in there. We'll be on right after the Real L Word.
Yeah. We're still working on it. You know what? If Howard Stern can do a show like that.
The D
Not that I'm
word,
in Howard
we're
Stern's league,
dicks.
but I'm just saying if people are willing to watch people stare at a fucking microphone and talk into it, there's a market for
I
it.
like Howard Stern, to be honest.
Yeah, I love it. I used to watch it all the time. You know, the point is though, is what we got to do is we have people on who are famous, okay, and then when we get these famous people on, what Howard did is he did a basic radio show or a talk show, you know, and especially the ones on E when he had the fucking, because the ones on E were shortened down. He had a whole long 4
that
hour,
was all
6
day.
hour radio
That was all
show.
day, yeah.
So, anyways, the point being is you get somebody who's famous, okay, that everyone knows, and then what you do is you get them to talk about dirty shit that they normally wouldn't talk about on other shows. That's why a ton of people wouldn't do Howard Stern, and when you went to do Howard Stern, you knew what you were getting into.
Yep.
And at the same time, on top of that, then we got to get tons of porn stars here, and you know,
Ain't no
have
ring
them doing
toss.
stuff.
Ain't no ring toss anyone.
Exactly. And then midgets, and James knows a lot of midgets. You know,
Oh yeah, we get some midgets.
we get
Midgets
some
are good.
midgets.
You know, I
on
have
here
no
doing stuff.
digits of any midgets these days, but I have been known to fidget with some digits of midgets back in
Oh man, that's legit.
Midget digits.
Have you guys heard about fucking Dennis Rodman going to like North Korea to hang out with Kim Jong Un?
I heard that he was talking about. He was on the air. Somebody was mentioning him, and it was hard for them to listen to him because he sounded like fucking retard or some shit.
Yeah, he went to
But I
North
didn't see
Korea
it
as like an
personally.
ambassador for the United States.
Really?
That's sad.
Because the leader of North Korea, I guess, loves the Chicago Bulls for some reason. Hates America.
Well,
loves
why
Chicago
Dennis
Bulls.
Rodman though?
I mean, I guess he's just the only one that's wanting to go.
I guess he ain't
Hey,
got nothing else
you know.
going on. He needs some publicity.
North Korea to me, I mean, those guys. That's fucking the most gangster place in the world if you want to get down to the gritty. But
I think he looks
What?
like one of those Peeps. Like, remember those Easter candies? The Peeps, little yellow
The
birds.
little
I
yellow
think
just-
marshmallows.
Yeah.
I mean, he just fucking punks America and says, you know, what we do to every other country and tell them stop fucking around with your nuclear weapons, stop doing it, or we're gonna fuck you up. Don't get the wrath of America and the fucking Alliance UN down on it, or we're gonna fuck you up. And then fucking North Korea is the only person. Kim Jong Il's the only person who goes, what?
Yeah.
Because, you know, 'cause
Fuck you.
He knows China's got his back, though. That's
He
why
goes,
does it.
fuck you. I'm gonna keep making bombs.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm gonna start aiming them at your country.
I know that was no joke. My brother-in-law was over there for a while,
Yeah,
and
it's
that ain't
no
no
joke.
joke.
It's no joke that they're the most gangster. I fucking hate it.
Hey, check this
And
out.
before you get to it though, when you were talking about Dennis Rodman, I didn't hear about the North Korea stuff. But what I did hear is that Dennis Rodman is trying to, in some way, because whatever he did for America with North Korea, he's trying to do that with the new Pope.
That's what I was about to say right now.
Oh, okay.
brother.
He's in Rome right now, and he tells TMZ that it's only the beginning of his plans to change the world by meeting the new pontiff.
Yeah.
So, have you seen the new Pope?
Yes.
He
Yeah.
looks a little less creepy than the last one. I give him that.
Gosh,
I don't know this for a fact, but everybody's saying that he's one of the younger popes that we've had, 76 years
He
old.
looks
I
like a
don't
He's
know
the
young
for
first
sure.
South American Pope.
Young spring chicken, 76.
Argentina.
They're freaking out in South America right now because he's the first South American Pope, so it's huge.
The
It's,
last
you know-
Pope, though, looked like the Emperor from Star Wars. So, I mean, it's not that hard to look.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
creepy.
But you know what? I swear they all look the same to me. The one,
that's what
the one
Barbara said.
before the last one too looked the same to me too. Like the
I
last
s-
three.
I
I
saw
think
this.
it's in the application.
Me
You
and
gotta look old, wrinkly, and
Gross.
frail, and sick, and
A-Rod had
Boom.
a Thank God the Pope Died party in 2004.
A-Rod.
Yeah,
You're right.
We got drunk on that.
Rowdy?
night. We celebrated.
Rowdy
it.
Roddy.
We'll be right back on the Jimbo Trashy podcast.
Long live the Pope.
Pope, Pope, Pope. Only
Harry.
dopes do Pope.
is a conspiracy.
This is all for the hope.
Is a conspiracy.
Hopefully he doesn't elope.
Is a conspiracy.
Little kid.
You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Trashy podcast. So, it's been brought to my attention that was it Ryan Gillingham? That guy doesn't look familiar in that photo, but I won't say I never met him.
Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure either.
I don't know
how it happened, but yeah, he must have went to West or something, but I don't know all the details. That's why during the commercial break, I was just asking James if he knew him, because I didn't. But
see, it's a weird thing, you know. The older we get, and you start seeing like your class like drop one by one.
Yeah.
It's like kind of puts it in perspective. Like, damn, you guys are getting fucking old. Not necessarily old, but just like holy shit, you know.
I can't believe how much of our generation, our kids are sick, man. A lot of my friends on Facebook, some of their kids are autistic or leukemia, like my son has leukemia. I can't believe how many of our generation, all my friends' kids have something wrong with them.
That's why, cool. You know, it kind of makes me afraid to even have kids, because
it's scary, bro. It's definitely scary. It's hard work too.
I mean, like, autism is becoming more and more prevalent, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fucking diet, you know? They say, like, if you know, like, they have, like, mercury in fish and shit.
True. And back then, too, I don't think they even knew what half of this stuff was. Like, when we were kids, I don't think they knew what the hell ADD was.
He's just weird.
You know?
He's weird.
Yeah, he's problem. He's just got a problem. He's a dick.
He's a fucking nerd. He's a nerd.
His parents suck, you know? That's basically what it was back then. But now they just dope you up. They just give you meds.
Yeah. See, it's weird, that ADHD thing, fucking... I think everybody has a little bit of it in them, you know? It's like, I don't know. I think any one of us at a certain point of our lives, especially going through school,
right,
could have been diagnosed with that, you know?
Yeah,
Fucking,
I was definitely hyperactive as a kid.
I knew lots of hyperactive kids.
You're not
probably should have been on meds.
You're not doing good, right? That's ADHD, you know? Then there's ADD, that doesn't mean hyper, you know? But anyways, you're not doing good in school. And you come home and you get a D or an F on your report card, and the parents ask you why. And what is every fucking kid gonna say?
I don't know.
I tried, Mom. I tried. I did, and really, they're smoking pot. Fucking,
I was the I don't know kid, so.
You know, well, I mean, either way though, like, and you know why? Because you're not doing your fucking what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, it's also because the teacher's got 33 students to mind over. And, you know, you can't... I mean, when it comes to learning, I think you need to be one-on-one.
In our day, too, like, they're trying to make that better and better. Nowadays, the least amount of students per class, but in our days, like
nowadays,
we had up to 50
what
kids
is this?
in a class.
No, don't leave any kids back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
no child left behind.
My kid doesn't do very good in school, and you know what? He's gonna make it to the next grade, which sucks. You know,
no child left behind.
Because they just want to get you out of there.
They need a head in that class. They don't get paid if their attendance isn't there. Teachers will not get paid.
Oh, exactly.
They need a head in that class. So whether he's passing or failing, they're still gonna move him on.
Right.
They need that head in the class now.
Right.
And that sucks ass.
I used to always say, too, you know, because I missed a lot of fucking school, and it was actually excused, you know? But they had, even if you were excused, they had these stupid fucking rules. This is what pissed me off, is I can miss a ton of fucking school and still get A's, you know? But the teachers would get pissed because even if you're getting A's and passing their class, they're not getting a certain amount of money. And that's where, like, the dean would come in, Miss fucking, what's her fucking name? Doherty oh, the devil of fucking all fucking
She hated my guts,
principals.
dude.
Oh, she had a thing against white people.
Oh man, my
She had a
junior
thing
high
against
teacher,
white
Dr.
people.
Ferguson, man, she looked like a man.
But so like
Hair parted to the side, had a knee that knocked, and she was like 6'2". I seen her put a kid up against the fence with his feet off the ground because he was
Yes.
chewing gum. I'm like, really?
Oh, nice.
Damn.
You know, my point being though is they have these rules, and like I never, out of all my years in school, I heard the damn rule, okay? And they would have to do with tardies and absences, and not truants, legal absences. And if you had so many, no matter what you did in that class, you were going to get an F and a U, okay? Now, I always got the U's. That's fucking beyond fucking. I got the U's. That's nothing. That doesn't matter.
For ultimate student, right?
Yeah,
Right,
ultimate
right.
students.
But one fucking year, I had this dumb bitch as a teacher, and everybody I knew hated her. She was sexist. She was mean and sexist. She hated men. And the
Mrs.
reason-
Marsiglia?
Mrs. Marsiglia. And I'm not joking. This isn't a lie. This isn't made up. She had 11 children with 11 different men.
Jesus.
Okay?
Bitch
And
was
she
busy.
hated men. She hated them, okay? And I used to see her the way she used to treat me and Dustin, me and Diddy, you know, me and
She
another
sounded like a
fool.
whore.
Oh, she had a pig nose.
She hated men, but she loved
She had a pig nose,
Right.
and she was mean, and she was just mean to boys, and I would see it all year long, and all the years I went to school.
That's the
Luckily-
only teacher that failed me in high
Luckily-
school. Only one.
Wow, fucking high five, buddy, because same
Yeah,
here.
failed.
I never failed in my fucking life in anything, and I did good in her class, right? And I remember all the way to the very bitter end, I did her fucking final
She was just a
reports,
hater.
everything. I fucking failed that class fucking three weeks, maybe fucking a month and a half into the semester, because I missed fucking days of school. And when I got my report card, I get an F. What the fuck, dude? I bring it home. My parents are flipping out. I'm like, Mom, Dad, this is 10th
Right.
grade. You know,
I tried.
exactly, right? And so I had ADD. But anyways, point being is, I was like, I don't know what. I did the final project. I did everything. She never even told me this was happening. The last I saw, my grade was a B. You know, like, and so they called her, and she said, oh, yeah, you guys signed the syllabus. You guys signed the syllabus where it said if he has 15 absences, it's an automatic F no matter what. Really?
That's
Really?
some shit. No matter what.
That bitch
Really?
was
You can be an A
fucking-
student and still
Really?
friggin' not and miss class and still fail. That's
Right?
bullshit.
Isn't that some bullshit, right? So anyways, point is to in the end where I get this F, the first F of my fucking life, okay? And Dustin did too. It was for the same fucking reason. And we went to summer school that year. And the first time and the last time I ever had to go to summer school. And we get this cool ass teacher, and the dude liked wrestling and shit like that. We would just talk wrestling all the time. I fucking got like a 99.9% in this guy's class. AAE. Boom. Fucking dumb bitch, you know? And like,
High school was the only time I actually did good in school. Was when I
it
got
was
to high
just,
school.
it was ridiculous. And like,
I did good my sophomore year.
shame.
That's it. But that's because I had the court on my ass.
Well, the only time I was at school was freshman year. I had full schedule from 7:30 to 3:30. After that, I had did scrock. I don't know if
Yeah.
any of you guys ever did scrock, but
I
was,
never did it, but
I got out at lunch and I had
Yeah.
automotive shit at scrock, so I show up half the time. As long as I got my projects done there,
Yeah.
it didn't matter if I was there or
right.
not.
That's all that
So-
should matter.
So
You know?
when I left at noon, we used to go do everything, man.
Yeah, I don't like, and it falls under the same ranks as police officers, people with authority who can make decisions, the decisions they make just cause, you know,
Yeah.
like, and it bugs me, dude, like, it really bugs me.
You honestly, it's like you need law and order in this world because people are just so fucking nuts. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's tricky because you can't give people too much authority because as soon as you give them a little bit of authority, they just run wild with
They
the fucking
abuse
power.
it.
No
abuse it.
Like, you
shit.
can't
No
give someone authority
shit.
without them being fucking drunk in power. It just comes with it. As soon as you start getting a little bit, not even authority. Like let's say you're making minimum wage, right? You're gonna be very meaningful or mindful of what you spend.
Of course.
Right? Then let's say you get a fucking $10 raise or some shit. You're gonna start blowing money a little bit.
Oh
more.
yeah.
And that's an abuse of your
Right.
more power you got.
Right.
Oh
More
fuck! I
power.
can buy you
Yeah.
a shot, dude. It's all
Yep.
that's
Yep.
And that's exactly what it comes down to, too. What you said, it's the person who gets the authority, how they were before they had the authority, you know? And that's what it comes down to. All the cops that you see around here, especially in Torrance Police Department, they were all a bunch of fucking dorks.
They were the fucking dudes that were picked on in school or fucking treated like shit.
Unfortunately for me, I was really cool to these kids. I never was a bully. I never did anything bad to anybody. I loved anyone if you were a cool dude, if I fucking liked you, whatever. I never beat up anybody who didn't deserve it. But these are the assholes who went and became fucking police officers. And like I said, thank God.
We had one from losing her, man.
Yeah,
He became a Lawndale sheriff.
what a
Fucking
camp-
dick.
Hey, Mike, whenever you feel bad about Torrance Police, I just want you to look at this face of Lil Wayne. Does that face not look like Down syndrome meets fucking bling bling or what?
Well, they showed him as a picture with a Mayan statue, and it looked just like him.
Yeah.
Hell
They
yeah,
put
it
him.
does.
They put him. I don't know if you saw that
seen
picture,
it.
but they put them right next to each other,
seen
and
it.
it's like, damn, that's Lil Wayne.
I seen him.
I guess
Question.
he's been hospitalized again for another seizure.
Oh,
Yeah, wow.
He's
that's
been
crazy.
freaking out lately.
That's what he used as an excuse of why he didn't go to court or something. But question, I see he's got 2 teardrops.
Oh yeah,
I know he went
supposedly-
to jail.
It means he's released 2 albums and they both flopped.
Okay.
right.
Well,
He's actually got one on his other eye too.
They definitely didn't flop.
Those are the ones that flopped before he got big.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Yeah, well, because I know he went to prison, or not prison. I think it was jail, and for weed possession or ecstasy possession. I don't even know. Oh no, I think it was for who gives a fuck.
Right.
But like teardrops, I thought were for when you murdered somebody.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Here's the thing about
And I see one on his other eye too, so it looks like he's got 3. I don't know.
black bling bling rappers. I want to know who their dentists are because they always have the fucking
They get
top-notch
robbed, is
grill,
all I
dude.
can tell you. They
I
get
know
robbed,
that. I
man.
know that right now. That grill is worth more than all 3 of us combined will ever make in our lives.
And the house and the cars that we own.
Yep.
Now, I wonder if it's just his showing teeth or is it all the way back in the molars?
No, that's got it. I bet he fucking went the distance.
They're probably
You know?
implanted on his teeth. I don't think that's actually.
Oh, that's
like,
not real. Yeah,
that's
no.
not a grill. I think
no.
those are on. Those are as permanent now. It's just retarded, man. It's just,
She's taking
And
a
you, know how
serious
they,
on it.
and you know how they say too, diamonds are like the hardest substance in the
Yep.
world, you know? Man, I bet he could bite the fucking goddamn motherfucking head off a rhino, dude.
Right.
Like with those things.
it's like
You
a
know?
saw.
Why would you go to the hospital for a seizure? Once you have a seizure, it's done and over with. What are they gonna do? Yeah, you had a seizure, bro.
Oh, well.
What
he's
can they possibly
rich.
do from that point?
He's rich, you know? He fucking probably had a faked a seizure to go on to fucking get a prescription to lean.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
He went in fucking because now he fucking is gonna get. Now instead of
Sometimes
having to
they
do
take
it
the line
illegally,
too far.
he's gonna legally have a nice fucking big fucking 2 liter of lean to sip on. You know, like
I think a lot of it has to
Come
do
on.
with your diet because, like, for a while I was feeling really sluggish and just tired all the time, and I recently gave up dairy products, so like no milk, no cheese.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I feel like just doing that, I feel fucking a lot better, dude.
serious.
I probably should give up milk, man.
Man.
It gives me gas.
Dairy
milk-
cheese is my favorite.
But I
thing
like
in the world.
cheese, man. I love cheese
Yeah,
and
it's my
bread.
favorite.
Bread is my downfall. I'm a bread lover. I fucking can eat me a
I gave
dozen
up bread a
bagels.
while
Those
ago.
are bad carbs.
I know.
Unless
it's
it's
bad.
You know, wheat.
Yeah, true.
But
I gave
fucking
up all bread, all cheese, milk, butter. I had to use fucking canola oil to make my eggs this morning.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what the hell
And-
I'd eat. Man.
And it's weird because I thought, oh, it's just butter. Who gives a fuck? All you're doing is
Right.
making it slick in the pan.
Yeah.
It tastes different when you use
Hell
canola
yeah,
oil.
it does.
And like you never notice that kind of stuff. You kind of take
But
it for
even
granted.
if you use
Oh,
canola
I know
oil,
I know
that's
the
oil.
difference between real butter and fucking I can't believe it's not
Yeah,
butter. That
margarine.
shit ain't butter. I
Most
don't even know.
people too,
Margarine
though.
ain't fucking butter.
Most people take it to the extreme though too. Won't even use fucking
No
oil
animal
or
fat.
butter.
No animal fat.
They'll fucking if you got a fucking Teflon pan, you technically don't need
Supposedly.
fucking butter. You know, so
I've never had a
oil.
pan that had shit slide right out of it.
We have a couple, but anyways, you're talking about seizures. I've had 2 in my life, and
As long as I don't have them in public, I don't give a shit.
both of them happened though after I hit my fucking head on the ground hard.
I've
So
never had a seizure.
I fainted.
Blacked out.
Once
just
was at-
actually recently.
Once was at a water park in Palm Springs at Oasis,
Oh,
and
damn.
another one
Hold
was
that
in
note, 'cause
Vegas.
we're about to go to a commercial break in a few
But
seconds.
I'll lead us into it. But yeah, both of them. I fainted from both of them. Palm Springs, Las Vegas. Fell down, completely smacked my fucking head on the ground.
Was this when we went to Vegas?
No. And but having the seizure too, when I was knocked out and unconscious, like I had almost this dreamlike situation for both of them. And it was while I was having my seizure, and they were both the same fucking things, man. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget them. And I'll get into it later, but It's no fucking joke.
We'll be
Peace
right
out.
back on the Jimbo Trashy podcast.
Everything is a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything is a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything is a conspiracy.
Check out the latest sounds from the occult experimental rock project, Elvis on Acid, with their second album release, Prehistoric Psychonaut.
With historic obligations, we've come so far. We're cutting away the spiritual line. Take consolation, they don't care who you are. They're damning us to hell, it's written in the stars.
Follow Elvis on Acid on Twitter, @Elvis on Acid. Go to youtube.com/Elvis on Acid to hear the latest. Global Psychosis Entertainment, Dark Jam Records, and Elvis on Acid are not responsible for any violent revolutions, drug overdoses, or attempted suicides that may occur after listening.
Loyalty to the royalty. The fallen angels sing divine right of kings.
This ad has been brought to you by Global Psychosis Entertainment and Dark Jam Records. Copyright 2013.